Kahalayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule well, teach well with sincerity, honesty, and integrity. The apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Salakia, who rule well and teach well with sincerity, honesty, and integrity. The brothers who labor in this truth, who put their life on the line. Salutations to you, brothers, and also you brothers and you very few sisters who believe in this truth wholeheartedly, sincerely. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm just gonna read a few titles, and just summarize these articles. There's some things going on in the world today, and the Lord told us to watch and pray, to be circumspect, as prophets, as seers, is to warn our people. All right. Matter of fact, we'll start there, and I'll make this quick. Just do a quick lesson before I head to camp. Just had some things I wanted to go through the spirit of Yahweh Shai. And read into earlier. I want to bring out Ezekiel 3:17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. All right, so we're out here blowing that trumpet, giving warning to the house of Israel, man, to our people, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and also prophesizing the downfall of these kingdoms here, mainly in Babylon, but also these kingdoms, these kings, they're going down. Yahweh Shah said he's coming to take their crowns. All right, so before that happens, there's going to be escalations in war. There's going to be famines. There's going to be multiple things that's going to lead to the downfall of these kingdoms. And as we can see right here, we know there's going to be a third woe, and it's going to come quickly. And we're right closely at the doorsteps, at the door of this third woe as well. Yes, we know multiple things have to come. Well, the major prophecy has to come to pass, which is the MOTB, and we're seeing the infrastructure of that being put in place, right? So these things is happening hand in hand, simultaneously, as we get closer and closer to the end of this thing, man. And it's a beautiful thing, right? Let me just read this title. It says, Russia slams German tank decision as escalation of conflict, betrayal of history, man. See, because, right, what happened is these guys was at conflict in World War II, right? And this is just rekindling that conflict, man. All right, after they made an agreement, or so this is just rekindling that conflict. When Germans send those tanks over to help the Ukraine fight off Russia. So that's the West in the U.S. Like, look what it says right here. It was a beautiful, right here. The Russian embassy in Berlin said the decision, which paves the way for other NATO members also to send German-made tanks, would escalate the 11th-month conflict in Ukraine, which Moscow casts increasingly as a perilous face-off between Russia and the U.S.-led alliance, right? Because what you're seeing, there's a proxy war from the U.S. go over there for Ukraine, helping out Ukraine and that puppet Vladimir Zelensky. All right, and you're seeing these things happening, them hooks being put back in the jaws that you see in Ezekiel 38 of the Russians, man. That this thing is gonna escalate, man. But until then, we're gonna see that MOTB put in place. But we're in a beautiful time to live in, man. See, Pentagon think tank warns against long war in Ukraine. See, cost of continued conflict outweigh further benefits to the U.S. Iran Corporation study says. So this corporation is like a think tank. They advise the Pentagon, right? And long story short, when you go into that article, is that they saying this they thought it was going to benefit them, right? The West, but it's not benefiting them. It's gonna be more cost. It's gonna cost them more. They didn't count the cost, like the scripture said. They didn't count the cost, right? But see, this is the Lord put it in the spirits of the kings to do these things, because we're ending this. This is the beginning of an end of this man's rulership, man. And it says the Egyptian versus the Egyptian. Nations shall go against nation, right? And we seeing these things being materializing right before our eyes, man, through the scriptures, man. So let's just get a few scriptures. That was that. We prophesizing, and then we'll make it we'll make it quick. Let's go with let that cancel that. And go on here. Let's go here. Yeah, let's go here. Let's go straight. Let's get to over here. Let's go second Ezra and 9. Just hit it there. Second Ezra 9 and 1, and he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So we got to measure this time, measure what's going on, filtering what's going on in the world with these scriptures, man. And that's how we're able to measure it. We're using the measuring, which is the scriptures, man, to measure what's going on. All right. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, man. So that's what we're starting to see, man. Therefore, then there shall be seen earthquakes. We're seeing earthquakes. We're seeing the floods over there that happen over there in California, right? We're seeing the tornadoes, right, that happen over there in the south. Uproars of the people in the world, and you're seeing these things in the world, man. People are at unease right now, man. They losing their fucking noodles. They losing their noodles. Excuse my French, right? Verse 4, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right. So we seeing these things being right here. For like as all that is made in the world had the beginning, had beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. You see? You're seeing what's going on in the world, man. Okay? Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. So we're able to see these things, the things that's going on, these signs, right? And we're just waiting, man. And we'll just end it right here, and then we'll go. And you can go check out those articles, man. I'll do my best to put it in the description. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. So these visions, we're measuring the time, but see, things is appointed for a set time, right? And we're literally at the latter end, all right? But at the end, it shall speak, right? Because now we're seeing it through these signs. We're speaking now, right? These prophecies is jumping off the script, the book, like as the elders would say, man. We see these things popping. Everything is coming together. It's all aligning as we speak, man. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, right? Because it tarry, and that's through that tarry, we have to learn how to be patient. That's why I said he that endureth to the end, right? So it's gonna tarry, right? Wait for it. It says wait for it, right? That's that patience, because it will surely come. And we're starting to see these things putting together. They putting writing in legislation. We're seeing the CBDC gonna be rolled out very soon. The World Economic Forum, they're discussing how we got to go into get closer and closer to that fourth industrial revolution, which is transhumanism, right? Merging machine and man, right? We're seeing the wars. We're seeing Germany sending tanks out to Ukraine, and Russia saying how this can escalate, and already made threats how this can go nuclear. All right, this is all prophecies, man. Speaking, it said, like it says, but at the end it shall speak, man. And we're seeing it speak, right? And not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry, man. All right? So just continue to pray and watch. Be diligent and give supplication unto the Lord. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.